Hey guys, it's me, and I feel so weird today, and I don't know what it is. Let me adjust you a little bit. I don't know what it is. I do not know why I feel so funky. I'm a little bit dizzy, which happens before I get a seizure, but I don't feel like it's going that far. Like, I haven't had a seizure. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm just dehydrated because sometimes when I get super dehydrated, I've gotten vertigo in the past, but it doesn't feel quite like that either. So I really don't know what is going on with me. It's just really weird. So I've just been spending time on the couch because if I do happen to seize, it's a nice, soft, safe place for me to be. Just cross your fingers. But a few things have happened this week that I just wanted to talk about on my channel because they just hit a nerve, you know what I mean? And first thing, I'll go to what happened yesterday because it still is like so fresh in my mind. I was driving down this highway in my town where I live, and it's a very busy highway. And I was driving northbound, and I happened to see a dog running northbound on the shoulder of the southbound lane, so the opposite lanes from me, but she was going the same direction that I was, and I was like, oh my god, this dog cannot be on this highway. No, just can't have it. And so as soon as I possibly could safely, I did a U-E and pulled over onto the shoulder, and this sweet dog, border collie, just like she ran right up to me and flopped down and just let me pet her and stuff, and I talked to her a little bit, and I asked if she wanted to get in the car, and she just like jumped up and went to the door and like hopped in my car, and she saw the dog bed that I have in the back seat for Cosmo, and she hopped right onto it, got comfy. I gave her a drink. I always have water in the car for Cosmo and a bowl. She didn't have any tags on, but I hopped onto Facebook because I'm in a group for lost animals in my county. And so I took a picture of her and I posted right away up there. I was like, I literally just found this dog. This is where I found her. I'm taking her to a vet right now to get scanned for a chip. And it was kind of getting late in the evening. Like it was about 6:45, but my vet's office is open later on Wednesdays. They're open till 7, so I knew that they were going to still be open and they weren't far away. So I took her there. Sweet dog, just so cool, just very mellow, and just looked like she wanted her adventure to be over and go home. And luckily, she did have a microchip, so the vet and the chip company were able to get a hold of the owner, and the owner came right away to get her. I hung around, just to make sure her dog's name was Sally, by the way. I just hung around to make sure Sally got back to her people safely, and she did, and it was, very emotional for the owner, which, like, I would be flipping out if Cosmo ever was missing. Like, I would be losing my mind. Like, honestly, I don't know how the owner was as collected as she was, because from what it sounded like, the vet tech who called her told me that, like, she was pretty, like, distraught over the whole thing, which is totally understandable. But what ended up happening is Sally ran off and she like squeezed through the fence because somebody was popping off fireworks at 5 o'clock in the evening when it's still totally daylight out on the 6th of July, 2 days after the holiday, for no reason. And actually on the Facebook group for the lost animals, later on I found out that, like, since the group had been founded, this was their busiest 4th of July for missing animals. So I just want to say, things happen, mistakes get made, animals get scared. but please, please, please microchip your pets. Like, it can save their lives. It can reunite you with your pet if anything ever happens quickly. Like I said, she was noticed that she was out of the yard around 5 p.m. and it was a little after 7 when the owner got her. So it was it was like half an hour from the time I found her to when she got picked up. And she really wasn't that far from home. So it all ended up having a happy ending. I was not expecting any kind of reward at all. I just, I did the right thing. I did what I hoped anyone would do if it was ever my baby. And but she absolutely insisted on giving me some money, which was completely unnecessary. But she wouldn't let me give it back. So I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do with it yet. But you guys all know my financial situation is really tight, and I struggle with trying to get by. So even though it wasn't expected, wasn't needed by any means, I do appreciate it very much. And you'll help me get through this month a little easier. So I'm just glad it had a happy ending, and the lesson here is microchip your pets. And the next thing I want to talk about is, I'm not going to get into why this specifically has been on my mind this week, but because there's things that happen all the time that get me thinking about this. But I'm so irritated with our society in the fact that no one can do anything without offending somebody. Okay? People get offended over the stupidest crap these days. Like, I could say, ooh, and this is not sponsored or anything. I could say, ooh, I like Pepsi. I hate Coke. It's gross. And somebody will be completely offended, and how I'm totally discriminating against Coke and anything that has to do with Coke and everyone who works for Coke, and like, it's a soda. Like, that's the kind of and literally the issue that made me want to actually do this video, it was literally over something as trivial as someone's taste in a certain product. It was a product that they did not like, and they were just giving their honest opinion about it, and it ended up being, pardon my French, a complete shitstorm. Like, get over yourselves, people. Like, in this country alone, not to mention the world, we've got poverty, we've got a healthcare crisis, we've got a homeless crisis, we've got suicidal veterans. Like, I could go on and on about the major problems that are happening in this country that get ignored because people get offended when somebody likes Pepsi versus Coke. Like, really? Talk about your first world problems, people. Come on. Like, get your priorities together, learn about what's actually happening out in the world and in society, and stop being offended by stupid crap. Like, seriously, it makes me nuts. I don't get it. And I'm sure I'm gonna catch hell for even making this video and saying it, and I don't care. But you know what? Like, there's bigger things that you need to be worried about than if a certain person likes one thing over another. Somebody's probably going to be offended because I have this coral shirt on. Somebody else is going to be offended because I'm drinking my ice water out of a purple cup. Somebody it blows my mind every time, and I swear I'm going to blow a gasket if I keep saying this stuff on the internet. Like, come on, people. Like, if we just put that energy and that focus towards something that actually matters, do you know how much we could get done in this country? Like, we could actually feed people who are hungry. We could find homes for people who are on the street. We could, get healthcare to our old people. We could get education to our young people. We could fix so many things that are actually wrong in society that really actually matter if we just put that energy and focus toward it. And that's all I'm saying. Like, come on, get over yourselves. It's not worth it. And like I said, I don't know. I'm probably gonna catch hell for doing this video and saying this, but I don't care. You will never ever see me apologize for being myself. And yes, you are entitled to your opinion. Absolutely. Everybody is. That is your right. You definitely can have an opinion on something, and you have the right to voice your opinion. But to actually get offended over something as trivial as Coke versus Pepsi is so astronomically stupid. Like, I just don't get it. We need to really think about the things that we say before we say them or type them, because once it's out there, it's out there. And, you know, honestly, is it worth it? Is it worth your time and energy? Is it worth the stress? Is it, I mean, really, just think about it, people. Just seriously, before you start ranting about something so trivial, or just ranting about anything, even if it's not a trivial issue, take some time to actually think about it and figure out, okay, is this really important? And is it worth my time to say something about it? And if the answer is yes, then voice your opinion, but do it like an adult. Don't call people names. Don't tell people they're stupid. You know, like, you're an adult. You can have an adult conversation and disagree with somebody without being a bully or, you know, any of that. And so there's just, and if you take that time to think about the issue and how important it really is, and if you find, oh, you know what, it's really not that big of a deal, so somebody likes Coke when I like Pepsi, that whatever, like, that's cool, you know, then you can just save a lot of hassle. You can not put that negative energy and that negative vibe out into the world, and just get on with your life, people. So like I said, you will never ever see me apologize for being myself. I won't. You know, I will never apologize for the things that I do or say. I have been thinking about this. The thing that I saw that like triggered this whole rant for me, I think I saw it on Sunday or Monday, and today it's Thursday, so I've been thinking about it quite a long time, and I knew right away that I was probably going to do a video about it, but I really wanted to take my time, think about really what I wanted to say, and give myself time to think, okay, is this important enough to do a video about and put it out there? And to me, yes, it is. For other people, may not be the case. And like I said, you're entitled to your opinion. You're entitled to express your opinion. But if you're going to do that in the comments of this video, please do it like an adult. If I get any comments that are insults being flung around or any of that jazz, I will disable comments on this video. So just keep that in mind before you say anything. And please just, I mean, for Christ's sake, just be nice to each other. How hard is that? You know, we learn, at least we're supposed to learn to be nice to each other when we're small children. Like, kindergartners can do it, so can adults. So that's all I have to say about this subject. So if you're still here, thank you for listening to my rant. Please microchip your pets. And I will see you guys later. I'm not feeling so dizzy now, so hopefully I don't have a seizure. I will let you know. I'll let you know on Twitter and my Facebook page if I end up having a seizure today or not. So look for that tomorrow. Anyway, I will see you guys later. Thanks for listening to me rant. If you made it this far, don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you like what I had to say. If you want to have a healthy, productive debate about the topic, please leave a comment. If you're gonna sling around insults, please just go away. Bye.